How's it, everybody? Welcome back to the Rocky Fern. My name is Luca and I have OI Type 4. And in today's episode, we're finishing off the house tour, part 6, with everything that's going inside prop boxes. So let's go check it out. Okay, so this first prop box, kind of a cool prop box. Oh shoot, I don't know what this says. Oh, this is a... Okay, so inside this first prop boxes, we got some goodies and some sad ones. So start over here. This is my Huperzia, the turtleback, and it's such a pretty Huperzia. It definitely needs to go into a bigger prop box. This is just way too big, but I still think it is a kind of a higher humidity needing plant. But it's doing really well in here, so I'm going to keep it. This is also a Huperzia. This is Real, I think, and it's the fishbone Huperzia. And then right here, these two, if you guys can see that, I hope so, are some begonias that are slowly making a transition back. One is a begonia, I think Ruau, the butterfly begonia, and the other one is the rosio pinta, the mother plant. And then we have our alocasia variegated frydek plantlets that we took from the repot. If you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, and then in here we have kind of a cool thing. We have a Brevermosa, the exotica. The mother plant I transplanted, and then it just went to hell, so it didn't like me at all after that. And then I have what I think is a Monstera, but it was just a node that came in on a variegated node that came in on some plants, and so I decided to put it in here and it took off. And then this is my variegated Mayeri Scindapsus. Beautiful plant. And let's move on to prop box number 2. Okay, so unfortunately that guy. In here we have kind of a cool box. It's really an unnecessary box, but because I'm taking the trip to the mainland for a couple weeks, I didn't want my friend who's taking care of them to really have to worry about too many. So in here is just a bunch of plants that probably don't need to be in here, like I said. But here's the mid cut of the Philodendron strawberry shortcake. Here we have a begonia that is just barely starting to come back. I think this is a Begonia stouty, or the microsperma, that I just took a cutting from. These are all of my tortums in here that are taken off. These are the Ring of Fires. Look at that coloration on that. That is so pretty. This is the Philodendron. I can't remember it, but I can't wait for these guys to get big. These are kind of a rarer philodendron. Not too many people have it, but it's a beautiful, beautiful philodendron. I'll, like I said, put the name on the board. Here is a Hoya rosita cutting that it is finally taken off. I don't think it was liking where I had it, but it's finally taken off. Normally rosita is super hardy. This is my Anthurium cuticuense. It needs much higher humidity than what it was getting in its old place. I'm hoping it will do really well in here. It does have a flushy new growth right here, but yeah, that's it. Pretty simple prop box. Has perlite in the bottom. You can tell it's a relatively new prop box because there's no green or algae growing on the perlite. Oh, also, I kind of forgot. This is, oh no, these are just more Ring of Fires. But that was something different, but I don't think it is. So yeah, we have another Ring of Fire in the back here. And yeah, it's doing really well. This guy is rooting like crazy. I'm sure it's rooted tremendously so into the perlite, even though it's only been about 10 days. But it's a very fast grower, has a ton of new growth on here. So I'm going to be selling this plant when I get back. And let's move on to prop box number 3. All right, so here's prop box number 3. Again, I don't necessarily think I needed it, but I created it just so that when I'm on vacation, I don't have to worry about these plants too much. So, and here's kind of a hodgepodge again, like most prop boxes are. This, I believe, is another Brevermosa exotica. Could also be rosio punta. I don't think so, but I think it is a Brevermosa, so that's kind of cool. In here and in these 3 are a bunch of corms from alocasia, various kinds. These are all the Aglaonema pictum tricolor seedlings. They are tissue culture, which some people have suggested they are not as colorful as a seed grown. I'm not sure, we shall see. Also in here you can kind of see a bunch of ZZ Raven, ZZ variegated leaf propagations, and let's grab, oh, they're taking off. Let me see if I can find one for you. Look at that, doing really, really well. And we also have down here a butterfly plant. I had a bunch of these. They're not, I don't know. I liked them, and then they slowly died off, even though they're getting water just fine. So I don't know, they're kind of cool. Here's another alocasia seedling right here. This is a Philodendron El Choco Red. It's doing well. You can see a bunch of Monstera perus that are supposed to be variegated in here. There's some Huperzia cuttings in here that I would like to take off. Back here in the corner is a tortum that I missed. That's growing up like crazy. And let's see, is there anything else in here? Just a bunch of Monsteras. Yeah. I did forget a few videos in the garage greenhouse tour, so I'm going to talk about them now because they're freaking awesome. One of them is Nepenthes. I'll put the parentage on the screen like I always do. But what I want to show you is the cool peristome. This is my only Nepenthes that has a ruffled peristome. It's a very cool Nepenthes. Beautiful peristome, beautiful picture, kind of a rusty colored picture. Beautiful leaves, very fuzzy, velose. This is starting to become an old picture, but it has a heart-shaped picture with the ruffling peristome. Very cool. So this is A1. That's what I have it classified in my books, and I'll show the parentage like I said. And then I believe I forgot to mention the variegated Bella, the outer variegated Bella that I have. This is Hoya lanceolata, the Bella subspecies that's also outer variegated. So beautiful. All this is new growth. This is what came to me as the cutting, and it's just doing really well. And look, there's a peduncle. Gosh, Bella just wants to produce peduncles, and they have very long lasting blossoms. So beautiful plant. I got one more. This is my Philodendron Chironie. I kind of mentioned it when I put the text on the screen, but I wanted to show it off and give it its proper due. So this is its newest leaf, kind of has a red hue to it. Chironie kind of looks like a Vichii, an Anthurium Vichii with its ruffled texture to it. Really long leaves, kind of Patriciae-esque. It is a fantastic plant. So let's move on to prop box number 4 and 5. Okay, this is my Hoya specific prop box. And again, I don't think I necessarily need to keep them in here, but because I'm leaving, I want to make sure that they are not bothersome to my friend who's taking care of them, and also I don't have to worry about it. So there's like 30 Hoya in this freaking box. Okay, first things first, start over here. Actually, this is a native tree fern, a native bird's nest fern that I'm hoping to bring back. So if you're wondering what that is, that's what that is. But this first guy is Hoya David Cummingii. Very cool. They have beautiful blossoms. Starting to get some new growth on the very tip. Okay, and then this guy is Hoya VL9. Very, very cool. And then right here we have the Hoya inner variegated, the Hoya Bella, the inner variegated. This is the only one that I'm worried about coming back home to that won't still be here. So then right here we have a Hoya Serpens, which is starting to show some growth. Very cool. Some people have a great time with these, other people don't. I had a very strong cutting that I moved into pon and it died. Didn't like it. This is the Hoya Carry, the outer variegated. I hear the inner variegated loses its variegation too easily, so why bother? This is Hoya, let's see if I can even take it out of here without damaging anything like that. Oh, come on, okay. So this is Hoya, oh, I don't have a tag for this. Where are you? What are you? What are you? Then this big splashy leaf variety right here, this is Hoya Michel or Micheli. I'm not sure how you would say it. Very big, very small pot. You can see the roots coming out the bottom. I'll transplant all these when I get back. That's Hoya Micheli. This is Hoya Bulusan, obviously from the Philippines. Beautiful, beautiful leaves. Nice long venation. And this guy right here is, oh my gosh, what is going on? Oh, so this big leaf variety right here is actually in a small little pot, and this pot belongs to a plant called Hoya CV Marble. So it's a very cool hybrid. Hopefully you guys can see that very pretty leaf. This guy right here is Hoya L. Yeah, this is Hoya L, this small one right here. Beautiful plant. Then this guy right here is Hoya, let's see if I can find its name. Hoya, you see that? Oh, pubera. Yeah, this is Hoya pubera. I wonder if its flowers are very pubescent or why it gets the name pubera. But a very cool Hoya. Small leaf, like all my Hoyas. Big leaf, small leaf. And then I can't seem to get a name on. Oh, this is Hoya nervosa, the Jokel variety. So unlike that big plain green one we have out back, this is the Jokel, which might be Splash. This is Hoya Decarie, or Decarie. This is Hoya Lori Lynn. This is the Wendetti tricolor, but it's the Lori Lynn variegation. This very cool one is Hoya Argentea, the Princess. Very cool. Let's see. This is the red Batuk. Oh, the Benchai. This is the Benchai red. It was really sun stressed when I got it. It had red leaves, but has since reverted, being kept in lower light for now, which I'm okay with. This is the Hoya Carnosa compacta, the Mauna Loa. This is Hoya elliptica. This is one of my favorites. Look at the coloring. This big leaf variety back here is Hoya the Pricktie. This is the Russian Pricktie. Here we have a Hoya, let's see if I can even get it. It's starting to get big. The Qinghongensis. Very cool Hoya. Very, very cool Hoya. Hard to do one-handed. And then up here we have Hoya Nabawensis, the Borneo. Very cool. Don't want to forget anything. Let's see what else is in here. Then this guy is Hoya. Oh, how come I don't have these listed? Okay, I'll be right back. I'll find out that name too. This guy is Hoya Ping SV432, and that's got a really cool leaf structure to it, big leaves. And then we have just a few more. This is Hoya, Hoya excavata. All right, final prop box of the massive plant house tour. Oh my gosh, okay, we can do it. All right, so starting in this corner, we have a Brevermosa, a Begonia Brevermosa, the red that is propping in here. I had a big leaf fall off, and so I just put it in here. You can kind of see it back here in this corner. Then this is a Begonia from Botanicas called Rose Gold, I think, and it's a fresh import from them, and it's doing awesome in this prop box. This is another type of Begonia. This is Begonia Raja that is starting to come back. You know, sometimes I press the limits on my plants and they don't like it. This is a Pelea species Ecuador, and I've had the inside and outside of the prop box, but so far it seems okay. It has this nice rose colored edge with a silver inside. Okay, back here is a I think this is another Aglaonema pictum tricolor. This is a Anthurium, an unknown mix, an unknown hybrid. It looks like a crystallinum to me. This is one of my Anthurium wendlingeri. It's starting to do really well. This is my Bartrop Anthurium red crystallinum. So here's the update if anybody wanted one. It's doing really well. These are some more of those very special Anthurium moraquenums that came from variegated siblings or variegated. They came from variegated siblings, but the parents aren't variegated. But they definitely had a lot of variegated. But they kept throwing off all white leaves, and so that's why I slowly lost them. It was heartbreaking to watch. This is my Anthurium papillinum, you know what I'm trying to say. This is my variegated Rhaphidophora, either Hayi or I'm not sure which, and I have another one down here of a different type. This is a leaf propagation of Begonia chloristicta, the green. This is definitely Begonia rosopuncta. These are two more Begonias from Botanicas. I'll have the name on the screen. Here's 4 more leaf props of variegated ZZ. This is the other Anthurium wendlingeri. Very cool. This is an Aglaonema pictum tricolor seedling. And then in the back, I believe this is a, it's a Monstera, variegated Monstera Peru cutting. So, and here I have a cutting of my Scindapsus snakeskin that I'm hoping will do much better than the one that's up there on the wall. And yeah, so hopefully when I come back, it's just full of plants bursting out the seams. But stay tuned for more collection updates and some more very cool videos. My boys loved being in here and doing a collab, so that's kind of cool. I'll have updates on the Equigenera, on the Botanicas, on some Bartrop, and yeah, hopefully we'll do some breeding. And then I'm thinking at maybe 750 subscribers we'll do a giveaway. We might do some earlier if there's a lot of public interaction. I just don't want to start a giveaway and have no one respond, obviously. Okay guys, so this is the last prop box of the whole tour. We finally did it. Thank you so much for watching all the videos and coming to the very end. We definitely are closer to 700 plants than we are to 600, but I don't know. I do want to do a Hoyas special where I talk about all my Hoyas and then maybe Anthuriums and whatnot. But as always, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and stay tuned for a bunch of these updates. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next adventure.